And I always break this down to my brothers. I say, mommy was not raised to be a mom because she was raised by her dad and her grandma. So it's like she was kind of raised to be a grandma. Does that make sense?
I think that the Black family dynamic has changed over time. And you can see, like, we don't all grow up in the same communities anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, people are moving, whether it be for work or whether it be, for climate.
Because they just want peace.
And peace.
She just was like kind of trying to figure it out on her own.
Yeah.
And then also her mom was not a mom. Ugh. And God is working on me.
Clearly.
Because I mean that from the bottom of my fupa.
When it comes to yelling, back in the day, African American parents tried to prepare their kids by putting certain things in place inside the house, so when they left the house, they wouldn't break. Certain types of structure had to be in place as a survival mechanism.
Yeah.
Listen. All right, before we get started, let's do a quick check-in. How are you? How was your week? Ladies, are you okay? Are you okay?
I wasn't this week. No. My week was like blah.
We have those days sometimes.
I know. I had to pick myself up. I didn't do it by myself. Mm-hmm. I attended I think it's called the Hub, their Bible study, because she wasn't giving me what I needed.
Listen, I can only give it when I got it.
And my mom was just like, and they actually answered the phone. Well, she did, but yeah, she was playing the devil's advocate, and I didn't want to hear that. But I actually didn't need to hear any of it. I needed to be in fellowship with the Word, because when we're feeling like blah, that's when we need to dig deep into the Word. But I almost had slightly mild food poisoning last week.
Yeah. And
then this week, my crown in my mouth, I got some stuff going on, but God is good.
All the time?
All the time.
And all the time.
How was your week?
Well, I was recovering from last week where I was, I was going through it, okay? I was going through it. Josh was there for me last week, though.
See how that worked, y'all?
Yeah.
I gave her just what she needed. And then when it was my turn,
listen,
she didn't give it back.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that.
She was taking everybody's side but mine.
I know. That's how she perceived it. I was giving her a different outlook. I was holding space for what it could potentially be, so she could make an informed decision. Right? She ain't see it like that though. But one thing I will always be is honest, and I have empathy for people, so I'm going to tell her well, and then she can make her own decision. But she ain't need that in the moment. That's not what she needed. Mm-mm. So I wasn't the right person for her in that moment.
Shout out to my mentor.
Because this is my thing.
It's all right. I forgive you.
Thank you.
I brought her M&Ms today too.
She brought me M&Ms. Mm-hmm. And we have to give our friends grace. Mm-hmm. Don't look at me like that. She side-eyed me.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, how was the rest of your week? How was your today?
My week has been busy, which is probably why I didn't have space. Work was busy. And so just trying to check things off my list, get things done, and have some thinking space. Reconnect with my husband. It's important.
They was doing it nasty. They married though. They can do that all they want.
No comment. But yeah, this week is better than last, and that's all I can ask for right now. one step at a time, one day at a time, trying to get back in equilibrium. Because I'm recovering from some stuff. All right. So let's talk about it. What's our topic for today?
We are going to talk about let me stop this cycle. Breaking generational curses.
Yeah.
Let's stop. We got to stop it right here. What's today? If you haven't done it already, stop today.
What do you think some common generational curses are?
For me, a generational curse is, this is just for me, by the way, the thought that your family, you have to forgive your family through everything.
Wait, so you don't?
You're gonna forgive them, right? But that does not mean that I have to keep allowing you to come around me with those negative behaviors. And, like, I forgive you for me. But the thought of, like, my grandma would say, everybody got to come around. No, it's okay to set boundaries with your family.
Oh, yeah.
So the generational curse would be to set those boundaries. Because back then we didn't know about boundaries. Uncles was doing whatever they wanted. Aunts was doing what they wanted. The people was doing what they wanted. We was all sitting around like nothing was going on. And all the families were having their little side conversations. But it just, nobody put it to an end. Like, nobody called anybody's bluff. Should I say that?
Yeah, you could say that.
Back in the day?
We can forgive.
Absolutely.
But keep boundaries in place.
Yep.
To protect your heart, protect your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't got to keep secrets no more.
Well, that part, you do something to me or my kids, we going to cops.
Right.
And you going to jail.
Yeah, because back in the day, everybody got a story, right?
Yes.
Back in the day, I feel like what occurred was a lot in the Black culture was like, we're going to pray through this. Mm-hmm. And Lord knows I'm not against prayer, but we have to use wisdom too.
Exactly.
If somebody is harming somebody or whatever, because some people just gossipers, sometimes you need to remove them, set your boundary, protect your core family, and keep things moving. So, I mean, I had to go through cycles of forgiveness myself. But yes, I keep boundaries with certain situations, healthy boundaries.
And like you said, pray, right? Because that's what we're supposed to do. But the Bible also said faith without works is dead. So I'm going to act on it. I'm going to act on that. Yeah. And I'm going to get myself away from you.
Right. What's another generational curse?
Addiction was one in my family. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, that's a real personal one for me. That hits home for me for sure. I'm not ready to go there in this conversation, but I agree.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to go there either, but you asked me a question and I gave you one because today I don't want to cry because I was upset all week long. I even went through the thing of like missing my grandpa and, I lost my dad. And then I just had my two grandpops, my uncles, my brothers. But my grandfathers were like my dog, especially my mom's dad. No, I can't even do that. They both had a different type of way of showing their love for me. So my maternal grandfather, he was just loud. He was going to love you out loud, cuss you out, and call you don't talk to my granddaughter like that. Like, just love you out loud. So I found myself this week like, well, I'm going through all this mentally. I wish I could just call my papa up. So I don't want to cry. So I don't really want to talk about addiction, but generational curses, you got to break that. Addiction is heavy and hard. One thing I told my brother that we had to break is procrastination. Because, sorry, Mom. My mom used to procrastinate. And I don't know why she procrastinated so much. Like, I don't know why. And I would tell my brother, my one brother, my baby brother, he's older than me, but he's my baby brother. He always get mad and say, Mommy.
Wait, pause. You gotta explain that. Because what?
No, because he's sensitive.
So you just call him a baby?
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Like, what?
But yeah, like my big baby brother. Like, he's older than me, but in my mind, I'm older than him.
This is hilarious.
So when he gets upset, sometimes gets in his tangents, and I had to break it down to him like, we just got to be different. Like, don't just say what you're going to do it. Because my mom a lot of times would do that. And I found myself doing that a lot. Because you have all these plans in your head. But what happens is we overplan. And we just do too much at one time. We try to carry more than we can. We try to load ourselves with more than we can bear, basically. And my mom did that a lot. And then we'd be like, well, we thought you did. So I try to do different. No, I do different. So I think that's why now I just be like, I got to do this. And I make sure I do it. Because it bothered me.
Talking about that, when we think about generational curses, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to not be like what we seen. And sometimes it shows out as progress and getting things done. Other times it shows out as anxiety or I haven't arrived yet. And when you see that, sometimes the element of gratitude disappears. Yeah. And we got to constantly just remind ourselves that we are not our parents. We could break those generational curses. We have the ability to choose how we want to move throughout our lives. And once we name it and we understand it, then we could choose different.
And you know what? Shout out to our parents because they only did what they knew.
Right.
So we're a step ahead. And in my mom's case, I always break this down to my brothers. I say, Mommy was not raised to be a mom because she was raised by her dad and her grandma. Majority her grandma. So it's like she was kind of raised to be a grandma. Does that make sense? But you see how you laughed? It makes you feel better. And she was raised to be a grandma.
Listen, if that's what you need to tell yourself to give her grace, because
so if that makes y'all feel better, because she didn't have her mom,
right?
And then you got to also think about because she didn't have her mom, she just was like kind of trying to figure it out on her own.
Yeah.
And then also her mom was not a mom. Ugh. And God is working on me
clearly
because I mean that from the bottom of my fupa.
We're gonna have to edit this.
Keep it there. Because they know exactly how I feel. But anyway, my mom's mom was not there for her.
Okay.
So my mom was just figuring it out. So that's what I always try to let them know. Like, all we could do was be better than what we saw.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she wasn't a bad mom because we had just about everything we needed, so.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's hard. Yelling was one.
What, a generational
curse that I try to break. I still find myself yelling sometimes.
Okay.
And then I always tell my son, the oldest one, I'm like, if you ever hear me sound like my mom, let me know. So I could just
keep me accountable.
Stop, yeah, just hold me accountable because yelling is. My mom yelled a lot, but her dad. I just told you her dad was a loud talker, so she don't think it's yelling. She thinks she just talking loud. And then I got to bring her back to reality.
And that might be the case. I feel like some things are... You said no?
No. Deb, you're yelling.
Correction.
Deb, you're yelling.
I think when it comes to yelling, I learned or I read somewhere that back in the day, African-American parents tried to prepare their kids by putting certain things in place inside the house so when they left the house, they wouldn't break. Meaning,
gotcha. Well, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
When you go out in the world and you living in a Jim Crow era and someone pointing at you and yelling down at you and why you do this and da-da-da, you can handle it now because your parents prepared you. Mm-hmm. And so you won't allow them to break your children. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, during that time, certain types of structure had to be in place as a survival mechanism.
Yeah.
It's hard for us sometimes because we didn't live in that era.
Mm-hmm.
But we also found new tools and new ways to parent and teach our kids how to protect themselves, what conversations to have with our kids before they leave the house. But yeah, I have read that and that resonated with me. It gave me a different perspective.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't even talk to these kids soft. Sometimes you gotta yell. Because they don't listen when you be like, hey, little Johnny, can you take that upstairs?
Yeah.
You gotta be like, I said, take that toy upstairs right now. Sit down.
That gentle parenting don't work in this
It
house.
does not work. It does not work. I was trying to do it with the football team last week. Guys. Then I had to say.
I had to step away from them because I was like.
Do y'all hear me?
they going to be like, we got Coach Dom and Coach Des. I'm like, Lord, Jesus, the female version of him.
I was trying to have so much patience.
The level of patience. But you know what? They had a good time.
Yeah, they did.
I'm glad they had a good time. And I just realized that I can't do that job. I don't want to do that job.
That's not for me.
Nope. I'll play my part, play my position. I got to give kudos to those coaches. Like, it's really a calling. Yeah. It's a calling. But yeah, generational curses are major. We just got to learn how to navigate them and how to kind of move forward. Because, when you said that one, I'm still dealing with it internally. I know you could feel it probably.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm still dealing with it now.
Yeah.
To this day with my brother. So
yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
My family definitely.
Mine too.
Is trying.
We talked about that. Mine too. We just got different coping mechanisms.
I still have to heal past that, right? Like, I have to heal past what I've seen and what I've experienced due to family members being addicted. I forgive. But there's still some deposits of hurt that I have to recognize. Certain things not my fault. I have to be okay with that. Yeah. I have to understand that everybody had to go through their own stuff. Because I was taking on stuff like it was like
you're just a superhero.
Yeah.
Because you are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried to be
a superhero, but you got to know when to put your cape down.
For real, because
you have to put the cape down. And I'm preaching to the choir.
Listen,
by the way,
if there is anybody who had to live in a house with someone who was addicted to something and they pulled themselves out, I give them so much credit.
Yeah, that's the part. You just said it. Being able to pull yourself out of it, because I have some family members, right, who both parents on are addicted to something, but you got these ones that say, I'm not touching that, and they striving, and then you have the other side that fell into the same traps. So kudos to the ones that got out, and kudos to the ones that might have dipped in a little bit and still got out. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but also what I want to say is what I saw growing up compared to what my brothers may have saw throughout the family, throughout things going on around our family. Mind you, my family's huge. Is different. So my version and their version's completely different. Yep. So I'm thinking sugar and everything sweet, and they might be like, "Yeah, that's because she didn't see X, Y, and Z." And
that's 100% accurate, because my family has the same story, and so I get it, and I seen both sides. Yeah. And so it was like I had to explain to some of my siblings, like, yeah, it wasn't always like that. But sometimes I even feel bad because I feel bad that they didn't get to experience that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like almost, I used to feel guilty that I experienced this side, this awesome side, And I kept trying, and they didn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you feel if your dad is physically here but didn't show up to your graduation?
Yeah, that's hard.
And but he showed up to mine.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And me and my siblings have a great relationship. And I will say, my mother covered us with the blood of Jesus. And my dad, he was a believer. He was a believer. Mm-hmm. He just got caught up. You know what I'm saying? And
battling his own demons.
His own demons.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
His own demons that was hard to shake.
But it's hard, and you just said something that resonated because, like, I'm probably, so my generation of cousins that I'm around, like at my uncle's house and stuff, they're not my first cousins. They're my second cousins. So I'm in the first generation. So when you're saying you wish that they could have seen what you saw, this even goes back to our generation of my timing of like just being around my grandpop and my grandma. They didn't get that. They didn't get the feel. They didn't get the this is how the family is built. This is how we carry ourselves. They didn't get that. So when I come around, right, that generation, I expect them to think exactly how I think because that's how I was brought up. And then I got to be click back right in, and my brothers and my older cousins be like, remember, that's not our generation. They didn't get to experience the love and stuff from grandmama and grandpa like we did. Yeah. So that resonated with me. It's not a curse, but it's just like, dang, we did experience different memories that others didn't. And you just wish they could have been right there with you to get that love and get that understanding. But
yeah, and then some people just don't have that. Like, my maternal grandparents passed away when I was fairly young, so I didn't have like, I never called nobody Nana or mom or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My dad's parents very much around, but when I hear people talk about the relationship they had with their grandparents, I'm like, mine was a little different.
Yeah.
We don't all grow up in the same communities anymore. Like, people are moving, whether it be for work or whether it be, you know, for climate or to the suburbs or to the city. Like, it's just so much migration.
Yeah, and because they just want peace.
And peace. Because,
Lord, I love my family to death. But, Lord, peace. I ain't trading nothing and no one for my peace.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, so that's interesting. But y'all let us know, like, what's your family dynamic? Because I'm curious now.
And what's a generational curse that you're trying to break, or you're currently breaking, or that you've broken, and now you've got a new system going on for your family? Listen, before we go, my one cousin, he definitely broke a generational curse. Like, his dad used to fry fish really, really good, like cook really good. And he's my first cousin. His dad is my first cousin. He used to cook out of a food truck kind of thing. My cousin leveled up. You hear me?
Yeah.
He had 3 restaurants at one time. It was either 2 or 3. And had his dad right there with him. I was like, now that's how you do it.
So let me ask you then. Because some of these things we're looking at as generational curses, but look at it this way.
That wasn't a curse, though.
Yeah. Because look at it this way. He was taught something and he just brought it to the next level, right?
Yes.
So he built on what his dad taught him. And the opportunities that came his way, his dad was intelligent enough to at least deposit in him that you're going to take this and make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? But the same thing, even when we talked about addiction, I know people who have parents who was addicted and they went and opened up a treatment center or this or that.
So
and
that's the positive.
Shout out to my aunt, because my dad's sister, like, she first of all, she is covered, anointed, everything. But when she walks it and she
you just gave me chills.
Like, when I tell you, oh Jesus, I could start speaking in tongues thinking about my aunt. But what the enemy what was going to take us out.
And what he wants us to just believe is a curse. We can
change because the motivation.
Yes. Look at God.
The motivation.
Yeah.
Because I knew for me personally, I knew how brilliant my dad was, and I knew how many people didn't get to experience that. And I was like, what the enemy thought was going to kill me.
Look, because you are here, friend.
I still don't know what this means, by the way. I don't know.
They be doing that.
If I'm doing it right.
They be like, clock it. Hold on. Maybe my hands too. Clock it.
I be feeling like they just changed this. Like.
Because that's what they do it, like the poetry.
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
And they just like, we're going to do this now.
I think they do that too, because I went to see someone a couple years ago and they were doing this. So whoever from TikTok stole it from them.
Tell us where this came from and what
yeah, we need to know that too.
Because we getting a little mature.
Yep. Wise.
So we don't know. But anyway, honey, yeah. Oh, I needed that just now because for a minute there, I was struggling. Right. I was struggling. Because it's so heavy for me. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you're living in it.
When you were so young and tried to get your father out.
Yeah.
When you personally tried.
But you got to let that go.
I do need to let it go. But what I will say is that it's a great motivator.
It is. But don't blame yourself.
Yeah. I think I moved past the blame.
Okay.
I think what's heavy for me, one, I miss him. Right.
Of course.
And two, I know there's some people out there who could empathize with me. But it was the passing that was hard for me.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys.
Yeah. It was that part.
Okay. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to leave it right there.
We're going to leave it right there.
Another time we're going to talk about that.
Another time we'll talk about that because I wanted to punch somebody in their face.
Because she looking like she want to punch me and I have nothing to do with it.
I don't want to punch you. But growing up in the hood, honey, they make about who did it? Who did it? Somebody going to tell me so today.
We pulled her out. Look at her.
That's how I felt.
We pulled her out. She up now.
I'm done.
She is up.
I'm done. Back to my corporate and I said, come on, what's next?
We are not corporate here.
We ain't corporate here. We took the cape off.
No, capes are off. Shoes are off.
Toes is out.
Everything.
Ashy and all.
Pants off because I got shorts on.
I said, girl, don't be over here.
I'm halfway to my naked woman era.
Naked woman era.
Naked
era loading.
Yes, it's loading.
That's funny. All right, let's jump ahead. Just do you want to leave the people with anything? Because we talked about a lot. I think we gotta leave them with something.
Keep breaking those curses and don't look at everything as a curse. Take it to the next level.
Yep.
Change that. Turn that frown upside down. And do something with it. Like, if there's one thing I could have changed, my whole family knew, my brother, my dad's, my uncle's, construction. Take it to the next level, like Construction Co. My last name, Construction Co.
Yeah.
So don't give up. It's hard, but keep changing them curses. I don't even want to keep calling it curses.
Nah, we're going to find a new word for it because, and we got to acknowledge, if I could just.
The old ways.
Yeah, but I'm going to add to what you said.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to acknowledge, we got to acknowledge what our parents did accomplish,
Absolutely.
Right? Whether as a family or not. Like, I have to acknowledge that my family opened a business, and it was a trucking business, Underwood Transco. So when you said Construction Co., I was like, girl, my parents did that. My dad did that.
My granddad did that on my mom's side.
Yeah.
The people was on my dad's side, they did.
You still working on it.
Yeah.
It's coming. And so when we have to acknowledge what they did accomplish, because I sat here and I was hurting over what my dad didn't do. Mm-hmm. But I have to say that my grandmother and her business acumen and my dad and his business acumen, you know, they tried and they got some things off the ground despite, you know, what else was occurring.
Right.
So sometimes I have to sit back and say, okay, maybe it wasn't as successful as it could have been or whatnot, but
they did it.
They did it.
Period.
They put that deposit down and said, and y'all gonna open businesses too.
And you know what? Shout out to my uncle.
Shout out to your uncle.
My mom's side. That's the one that after my pop-up passed away, they built the compound on my pop-pop's property. So that's generational wealth. So shout out to you, Uncle Cepeda. I'm throwing his name out there. My Uncle Cepeda. Don't play with him.
Cause guess what?
He did that.
Yeah, he like, and what y'all gonna do next?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And I just got chills.
Cause they modeling the way.
Yep, they are.
They modeling the way. And sometimes we gotta really think about that though. So take away from this that don't dwell on a negative. Don't dwell on what your parents didn't do.
There you go.
Yeah. But make sure you acknowledge what they did do and what generational curses they broke.
And maybe that's a conversation you need to have if your parent is still living. That might be a good conversation. Like, mom or dad, like, what was it like?
Yeah.
What did you do different from your parents?
Yeah.
And shout out to my mom, because you raised all your kids, girl.
I know that's right.
You did something that your mom didn't do.
I didn't.
She did. My mom raised all her kids.
I know.
What? Her mom didn't.
You right.
So shout out to my mom.
Yes,
because
that is a big shout out. But Lord Jesus, that was some shade. If I didn't know
shady because I was serious.
That's why it was so funny.
Shout out to my mom.
But shout out to your mom because she did her big one without the instruction manual. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my mama because she raised some great kids.
And she did.
And that word of God is in the belly of my mom. And she prayed over us every single night. She put that oil on our head in our sleep when we wasn't sure what was going on. Because she was.
My kids are looking at me crazy for doing that now.
I know, right?
I don't care.
No.
Y'all gonna understand later. Yeah. Shout out to our parents for instilling the word of God. Because one thing we do know is God and His word, and we don't play about Him.
Yeah.
So shout out to them.
On my behind.
For real. And sometimes I don't want to hear it
at all.
But I also be schooling her because I come out with the Josh's version of the Bible. Like, this is how we gonna break it down.
We gonna hear her version because I know it's funny.
Because I'm interpret it just how y'all can understand.
That's what the generation needs. That's why Kurt Franklin was so good.
Exactly, because God was like, hey yo, look, because that's what He said. Grab that stone. Grab that stone, that one right there. Pick it up. Go throw it. But so that's it.
Yeah. All right, ladies. Tell us about what y'all parents broke or what y'all breaking. And we can't wait to hear.
And don't forget to tell us what this means and where it came from.